That scene and the pool scene, I thought she looked bad in.
You don't like her forehead. That's what
she has a horrible forehead. Like, well, I don't know if I don't like her forehead so much, but I don't like when it's just so, accentuated by having her hair pulled back. You know what I mean? That's all. That's what it is.
What?
What's so funny?
It's not that I hate her forehead. I hate that I can see it.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, totally. Her forehead's fine as long as I don't have to see
honey,
it. It's like that don't ask, don't tell kind of thing.
The Robert Davey class of compliments. Hey, baby, it's not that you're ugly. It's just my eyes hurt when I look at you. All right? I feel like I suddenly come down with pink eye in both my fucking eyes. With all love and respect.
That's beside the point, right? I didn't actually really like her outfit in that scene. I don't really like the way she looks in that last scene, which makes me so sad because it's like one of the last scenes you get with her, and she doesn't. I don't think.
I love how you turn into Joan Rivers at that point in the movie. Oh my God. Her forehead is just so big, and that dress, come on,
yeah,
bargain bin, anyone?
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, totally. Got the Joan Rivers thing going on.
In a world of bad movies, two follically challenged men will stop at nothing to share their opinions of them. Their wives are tired of listening, but are you? This isn't the podcast you deserve, but it's the one you need. Prepare yourself for Bald Guys and Bad Movies.
Welcome to Bald Guys and Bad Movies, episode 69. I am Troy. Here with my buddy,
Mike Stella.
Mike
Stella the fella. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you, sir?
I'm good. We finally arrived at 69.
69.
Beyond the dirty double entendre, let's just give ourselves a moment to say, wow, we did it. 69 episodes, dude.
That's a lot of episodes.
That's a lot of fucking episodes.
I think we're doing pretty good so far.
Although we joke we have about 3 people. We actually have about 12.
I think we have about 20.
20? 20?
We have about 20 people who listen, and I want to say thank you to
that's where I'm going with it.
One of you.
It's been pretty steady.
It's for you guys.
What are we reviewing this week, Mike?
Tonight we are reviewing the cinematic masterpiece that is Showgirls.
From the creators of Basic Instinct, the last time they took you to the edge. This time, they're taking you all the way.
We take the cash, we cash the check, we show them what they want to see.
You got more natural talent when you dance than anybody I've ever seen.
She's going down to the Stardust. She's gonna be in the show.
Right? If someone gets in your way, step on them. It's not fair.
It's not about fair. It's about power. You're a stripper, don't you get it?
I'm a dancer.
She's dazzling, she's exciting, and she's what Las Vegas is all about.
The passion is real.
I fall in love with you.
The desire is intense.
You can't touch me, but I can touch you. I'd really love to touch you.
And the show is about to begin. Showgirls. Leave your inhibitions at the door.
Did you say that with irony, or was that a genuine cinematic masterpiece?
No, I mean,
did it turn the corner from bad back around to
tell you the truth? I'm going to tell you the truth. This is one of those bad movies that is, I mean, it's a guilty pleasure, obviously, because there's a lot of TNA and, a lot of hot women acting whorish, which I can appreciate. I don't know, man. It's one of those movies that, like, almost all the way up until, like, the last couple scenes, I enjoy. Like, I actually like watching, whether or not I'm just laughing at it for being so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoy watching this movie for the most part. And I enjoyed it last night
until
when I watched it.
Until the last couple scenes.
Until the last couple
We'll get into it later. But
we'll get into that, but we'll talk about that, yeah.
Showgirls is a 1995 erotic drama thriller directed by Paul Verhoeven, the great Paul Verhoeven, from a script written by Joe Esterhaus and starring Elizabeth Berkley, Kyle MacLachlan, Gina Gershon, Glenn Plummer, Robert Davey, Alan Rachins, and Gina Rivera. You want a nutshell this, Mike? If any film deserved a nutshell, it's Showgirls.
Zing.
Yeah, lady. You wanna?
Sure. I could give it a.
You wanna bust a nut? Bust a nut, Mike.
A girl with aspirations of being a showgirl goes into Las Vegas and slowly builds her career through a little bit of shady dealings here and there, and makes it to the top.
All right, that's
it's a spoiler free. It's a kind of a, well, not completely spoiler free, but I don't want to get too deep into it.
There's a little bit of a squirt, a little bit of a premature nut. That's it. Not a full on, hosing. Well, just to tack on to that, she rises from the seedy strip clubs into the supposedly glamorous showgirls clubs, where you quickly learn, and as she does learn, that stripping is stripping. Doesn't matter how many fucking pillars of lava spewing fire behind you. But she finds herself, Mike. That's what she found in Vegas. She says it herself. She goes in search of stardom and fame, but finds herself instead. Yeah. Okay. So, would you recommend Showgirls? And who would you recommend Showgirls to?
I would recommend it to anyone who wants to see some TNA and kind of laugh here and there at the ridiculousness that is this movie at times.
Any other redeeming... Does the film have any redeeming qualities that we'll get into specifics, but would you just say this is a bad movie to laugh at or guilty pleasure?
No, I mean, like I said in the intro, like it's a guilty pleasure. It's a movie I actually enjoy. I enjoy watching, like, for the reasons I said. It's it's a lot of scantily clad women, so that's nice, but I don't get bored in this movie. There's like, a lot of bad movies, I get bored. Like, they're just boring to me. But this movie, like, I enjoy watching. I don't know. I can't even put my finger on why it keeps me from getting bored.
We're gonna get into it and unpack it. I would recommend it. That's a recommend from you, right?
Yeah, it's a definitely a recommend. Just look, probably not to you, Mom. I wouldn't recommend it to you, Dad. If you're listening, it's a recommend for you.
You kidding? They probably saw it together. Man, I got all hot and bothered, went home. And
yeah,
when was this?
Right.
95. When were you born?
I was born in 81.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe Showgirls spawned Mike.
Are you crazy? How young do you think I am, dude? I'm only a few years younger than you, dude.
It works better for the joke. Yeah, if you've probably heard of Showgirls, probably. Like, just tonight, Robin was telling me she's never seen Showgirls. Oh. I'm like, okay.
Well, she's got to watch it now.
She should probably watch it. So I saw it in the movie theater. I don't know if you saw it in the movies.
No, I mean, I was 14,
you were 14?
Or 15 when it came out, so I couldn't. I remember seeing the poster like, I want to see that.
Well, I saw it opening weekend.
Yeah, I didn't see it till years later.
Oh yeah,
like,
I was there.
You were in college at the time, right? Or graduated?
95 was definitely in college, not graduating. I do recommend, and I recommend as a guilty pleasure. I watched this movie with complete objectivity. You hear about a movie being bad, and sometimes it will even like influence your opinion of the movie.
Sure.
You haven't seen it so long. I wonder if this movie knows it's bad, right? I wonder if they knew they were writing schlock, but probably the most highly produced, well-executed, well-directed schlock.
It's a good-looking movie, dude.
The tone of this movie is like a action flick.
It really is.
It almost feels like if you told me Michael Bay did this, I would have believed it. But, it's part of...
Well, I wouldn't, because there was no circular shot in there. It's slow-mo. There was no slow-mo of her whipping her hair back.
But I mentioned Michael Bay more for the feel his films
style
give, where he shoots Hollywood, and of course it's going to be Venice and sexy girls on roller skates, and it's
Right.
always sunset and like
Crazy high contrast, bright colors. You know what I mean?
there's absolutely, and we'll get into it further, but there's maybe 2 people that have souls in this movie worth saving. And it ain't the main character. Everyone is like, if you're a bitch, you're an uber bitch.
Oh, yeah.
If you're gay, you're super gay. You know, everything's an extreme. You know what? It feels tonally like a Baz Luhrmann film. And I don't mean that as
kind of,
shitting
I
on it, but
guess.
Baz is big. What I'm saying, he's big. Everything's
Right,
big.
yeah, sure.
Everything's exaggerated.
I could see that.
And in this film, yeah, there's sex, but it's like angry sex.
It is.
Like everything's like there's nothing soft. Everything's aggressive. The
Yeah,
dance moves are like popping, and
the prettier it is, the grimier it is, actually. That's
Yeah.
one thing that I think this movie kind of really portrays is like the nicer it looks, the more bad it actually is.
right.
Like,
When she,
Yeah.
you mean when she enters that Showgirls
yeah.
world?
I mean, like, there's so much underhand dealings. You know what I mean? Like, at least when she's in the strip club, like, it's very clear cut what she's supposed to do and you know what I mean, what the rules are, and they tell you what to expect. You know what I mean? Like, it's
well, the black guy, I forget his name, the one with the dreads.
oh god, yeah, that fucking guy.
I got a lot to say about him too.
Let's get into talking about this movie.
But he said, because I don't want to forget, since you brought that point up, at least in a strip club, they're not hiding what they are.
Exactly.
And, you know, in a showgirl show, you know, your tits are out, but everyone pretends it's like fine art.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, let's get into it. So that's a double recommend, a DR.
And who knows, Mom? Maybe you should watch it. Maybe you'll enjoy it, and I'm wrong. Maybe you should give it a shot.
Yeah, if not, just listen to this double penetration of a review.
Oh, jeez.
Both of us going to tag team this baby and beat this movie into submission. In a nice way. It's going to hurt so good, so everyone get ready.
Give each other high fives while we do it.
Which, oh, yes. It just hit me. Oh, my God. I can't start with that. I got to put a pin in that scene because I got some issues about that fucking scene you're talking about, Mike. But anyway, what do you want to start with, Mike? Let's.
I want to start a little bit of the world building that's in here and the nostalgia. And
Okay.
the fact that slot machines still pumped out quarters at this point.
Do
like-
they not pump out quarters anymore? Slot
No,
machines?
dude, it's just a ticket. It's just a ticket. It just counts
I
what's
haven't
there.
been to Vegas in a while, but that's wow.
They haven't pumped out quarters for 20 years almost, at least 15 years, like for a long, long time.
Maybe Vegas. I know I've been to some of those outskirts casinos where
Country Bumpkin Casino
Yeah.
in Vegas, I doubt they still do, but they might have 10 years ago.
Native American casinos, maybe. But that robs it of the plink 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 plink. That's part
Oh
of
no,
the
it
fun,
plays
though.
that. It plays the sound.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, I agree.
No, I mean,
you're,
not you.
you're preaching to the choir,
I mean-
but I'm just saying they still play the sound when you win. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Well, I'm a loser. Maybe that's what I've been hearing because I never win. I just think everyone's like cashing out and coins are flowing.
Man, I love how she wins the jackpot, and then she's like, "Oh my god!" They're like, "Oh, you're doing great. You want to try some silver dollars?" And then pumps it all right back into the casino. Man, classic. That's a perfect representation of someone's first time in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, because that always
And
happens.
I was thinking watching this because at that time I had not been to the West Coast, hadn't ever been to Vegas. Are there any locations in the movie that are no longer there?
Oh
that
yeah,
you know?
Riviera's not there. Stardust isn't there. The two places that they show that I know are still there are Flamingo and Luxor. Like, you know, they're just some funny things, right? Like, they don't show her drinking at all, but like when she runs out looking for the guy who like steals her suitcase, she just like throws up out of nowhere. I'm like, come on, man, you got to show her like throwing a few back. Like,
Do you think that was because she was boozed up, or was she just?
well, no, you know, when you're in Vegas, they're bringing you drinks the whole time, supposedly. You know, you're lucky if you can find a fucking waitress to get you a free drink when you're in Vegas half the time. But, you know, and so they're just giving you booze so you'll put more money into
But they didn't show her drinking at all.
I think they showed her drink one sip, and that was it. And then all of a sudden she's throwing up. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Why is she throwing up?
Because I didn't even make that connection. I thought it was like nerves because she just found out she got robbed.
And then when she goes out to dinner with the chick, the black chick she just meets, and that's Gina Rivera.
What's the name of her character? Molly.
Why was her soda so enormous? Did you see how enormous the cups were they were drinking when they first go out to the restaurant?
Mm-hmm.
And like they're like, these things are like 60-ounce cups.
Supersized. That's back when Supersize was still around, I guess. You remember when, like, even McDonald's, you could get something that big.
I guess, man. It was just so weird. Like, they could barely put their hands around that fucking thing. I just thought it was funny. It was weird to me.
Leave it to you, Mike, in a movie full of tits and ass. You're enamored with the giant cup of soda.
I wasn't enamored. I thought it was fucking weird, dude.
You see how big her soda was, dude? Now I was looking at her tits. So
I love the white girl with the braids. I was like, of course they gotta have a white girl with those tight braids in '95.
Oh, right. the devious cutthroat one. We find out.
Yeah, dude. Well, whatever. That bitch deserved to go. She was this chick. She threw the glass beads.
The black girl who was all insulting to the kids.
Bitch, dude. She needed to. I was happy to see her fucking fall, dude.
I want to talk about Elizabeth Berkley because the film really lives and dies on her performance. I mean, everybody's, going over the top and going for it. But, at the time, this was a huge deal. I know that, and Joe Esterhaus, I don't know if you recall or know, that name rings a bell for you. He's the writer. But Joe Esterhaus, he was responsible for a lot of major fucking hits.
Oh, really? The writer?
Yes. Such as Basic Instinct was one of his. Oh. He co-wrote Flashdance.
Holy shit.
There's a movie called Fist in 1978.
Fist? Oh my God.
A prequel to Showgirls. Then right after Showgirls is when his career took a massive dive. Because
Showgirls will do it. They did it for everyone.
Did you ever see Jade? He wrote.
Oh yeah, Jade.
Jade, that was that flopped.
Be like David Caruso in Jade.
Women do not care about what you have to say at all, anyway, and all they want to do is talk about themselves. So you're just gonna let them do that, okay? So remember, questions, be cool, and be kind of a dick. Here, be David Caruso in Jade.
Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about.
You do. That's good.
Back to Elizabeth Berkley. So Elizabeth Berkley
can't dance for shit. That's for sure.
Was known only at that time for Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell.
It was a big scandalous thing when this girl from a Saturday afternoon show for kids was going to be in this boobs and butt, bare ass naked, sleazy movie.
Yep.
Some people say it ruined her career before it even started. Some people even said it was because of her acting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any movie she did I don't think she was ever going to have a career. Like, she was never a good actress. She probably was lucky she got Saved by the Bell. And the reason she got this role and the reason it was so big was because she's a Disney star, but not really Disney. You know what I mean? Like, she's like a kid star.
Sideshow factor into.
Yeah, it was sideshow factor. That's absolutely right.
And probably a lot of established actresses didn't want to go as far as she went. So let's get into it. You think she's a horrible actress, right? For the most part.
It's funny because when she was really bad, the moments where she was the worst was when she was showing a ton of emotion and she was way over the top with her emotion. It's like no one ever told her less is more when you're on screen. You know what I mean? Because anytime she was like extremely happy or excited, it was weird and over the top. Anytime she was angry or like pissed off about something, which happened constantly in the film, it was weird and over the top and completely unbelievable. And then when she would, oh my God, what was with her having sex? Like, why does she whip her head around and like lean back and like start acting all crazy? Like, she did that when she was giving the fucking lap dance to Kyle MacLachlan, when she was screwing him in the pool. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Well, the lap dance, that's performative. I can understand that. But the pool scene was just them having sex as two people.
Yeah, exactly.
But wasn't that her busting one? And she was like, that was her way of expressing her orgasm? That's how I took it.
I guess, but I mean, it was the same thing as her, like,
but that's what I said in the beginning. Everything in this movie, it feels like an action film.
Totally.
Everything there's no subtlety. There's no, and like you said, and we contribute that to bad acting, but everything is over the top.
It is.
I almost felt like watching this movie, with some exceptions, I felt like her acting improved as the movie went on. Okay. I wonder if they shot things in sequence, because the Vegas stuff in the beginning, like especially when Molly wound up being her friend, was just trying to be nice to her, and she was just overly exaggerated. She like pouted on the car, put her head down on the car, like everything was just big, animated. Then she was like feeding her ass, your fucking broke ass. And then she's like getting upset. She's just asking her basic questions. Well, where are you from? She's like tossing the fries up in the air.
Where are you from? Back east. From where back east? Different places.
Fucking calm down, lady.
Well, and I think
get
the
it.
problem,
You don't want to know your past, but it's such a.
It's not even just that. Like the problem is like she didn't understand how to show trauma.
It's
you
the
know
acting.
What I mean?
Yes, that's the problem.
Her acting just wasn't good enough in order to show trauma. You know, because it needs to be more nuanced. Yeah. In fact, I bet you if she had been a little bit more nuanced in her performance, this movie might not have gone down as the complete and utter flop that it did. You know what I mean? Like, it looks really good. Most of the people in it are pretty damn good. Well, it's just Elizabeth Berkley's so bad.
It was given an NC-17 rating, and I think that
I remember that
might have turned a lot of people off. And
totally.
In terms of box office, so budget was 40 to 45 million, box office around 37.8 million. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
but box office isn't going to make that much if
failure.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But I think the stigma around this film, I'm sure the people that went to see it saw it because of the stigma.
Of course.
But there was equal amounts of people, maybe more, that just thought it was like glorified smut.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's probably why they probably made very little money, like in the Bible Belt and stuff like that, because people weren't going to see it. Just they couldn't be seen going to see this movie, even though deep down they really wanted to go see it, you know?
You mentioned earlier you thought her dancing was bad.
I thought, okay, let's put it this way. I think she's a better dancer than, say, like Britney Spears, who's an awful dancer, right? Mainly because she can hit. Dancing is all about hitting. You hit your moments, right? She did a really good job with that. I feel like she can dance, but I felt like there were times where she was specifically trying. Maybe Elizabeth Berkley was the one who was like, oh, I need to make her look like she doesn't know how to dance. You know what I mean? Which is why the way she would do it was just kind of like all over the place. But she could hit and she had rhythm, but it just didn't look good most of the time.
Because in the beginning, that was, I guess, part of a plot point.
Right.
And that's what's the guy? The dreadlock guy.
The black dude.
But I don't know.
There was only one of them.
James. Who's got a problem but pussy? I can't wait to talk about him.
Oh,
so,
God.
but we owe her, Elizabeth Berkley.
Get me a drink, bitch.
Look, I'm gonna applaud her because she tried her ass off in this film.
Oh no,
that
she did.
girl worked her ass off.
Hell yeah.
Granted, she didn't always hit the mark in acting or, as you were saying, in the dance, but A for effort, dude. Like to do that nude and just throw herself at it and grind on,
Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying that she didn't do a great job like out there.
Right.
And there were times, look, when she was actually on stage and she was dancing like for the showgirl portion, I felt like she was hitting really well and she was pretty damn good there. But at the beginning, she couldn't dance. And that was kind of a plot point. But my God, like her and like watching the dance with her and what was his name? James, I think you said.
Yeah. I wrote this for you, baby.
Oh my God. Whether or not he did or he didn't, who cares? But
I do. But I'm gonna talk about that.
But ultimately, like that was so bad. Like it was such a bad dance number. And I was just like,
that's whoever choreographed that for the actors. actors. That's their fault.
Yo, sure.
It's not Elizabeth Berkley or James or whatever.
Absolutely. No, I agree with that. I agree with that.
And I wonder if that's just a choice, because even that was just like, It was almost like a fist fight. Like, I'm about to turn and kick you. And like, there's no sensuality.
Yeah.
Like the closest to that was the goddess thing where they were like writhing on the floor. But even that was just so short lived because, after that moment it's leather, it's chains, fire.
But even when she was at the strip club, I felt like there was no sensuality in it either. Like it was so like, I don't like, dude, is this bitch gonna kick me in the face?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm she's gonna give me a fucking bloody nose. Like I'm getting a free lap dance if I get it.
Which is great because it leads into one of the end payoffs.
I love that the bad guy from License to Kill,
Robert Davey, yeah.
When he's all like, what did he say? He was like,
$50 a pop, you take them in the back. Touch and go. They touch, they go. You can touch them, they cannot touch you.
Oh, that's good.
Now, if they come, it's okay. If they take it out, come all over you, call a bouncer, unless he gives you a big tip. If he gives you a big tip, it's okay.
Unless they give you a big tip. If they give you a big tip, then it's okay. That was a fucking great line, dude.
He is one of the characters that starts off and you see him just as a slime ball. But he actually has a sweet moment. He's like,
Saw the show. You were good.
Thank you, Al.
Real good. You take care, kid. Must be weird not having anybody come on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's not saying that to be, it's not a diss. He's legitimately like it's kind of like a, hey, you made it, kid.
Oh Lord, that's so good.
I can't imagine a world where a woman like you doesn't get cum in her face, but you made it. You found a way.
Well, you know what? I think the deal is with him is like he's just real. Like that's his job, and he has to be a hard ass to keep these fucking crazy strippers in line. You know what I mean? But if one of them gets out, okay, good on her. You
get a sense, and maybe I'll give this to Robert Davies' performance, that he actually does kind of care.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely,
and
the lady, the comedy lady.
Was it really a man, or was it? Because it's supposed to be a man. That's supposed to be a man. No. In the context of the movie, I think is what they. Then he call him Henry. Are you sure?
Henrietta. Her name's Henrietta.
Yeah, but I thought they were implying that Henrietta was a man.
Nah, dude.
All right. Well, I'll take your word for that. It confused me. But she was nice. She was sweet. You know what I mean?
You were confused, huh? I feel a little confused with that one.
I thought I'm. Wait, now I gotta make sure because you're gonna give me shit.
A little sexually confused there, Troy.
No, it's got nothing to do with that. It's things that they said. I thought they alluded.
Man, I've never seen a man's tits pop out like that before.
Although looking up the character on IMDb, they have the memorable lines. She looks better than a 10-inch dick, and you know it.
Yeah.
Honey,
right.
You can never handle me with all those wrinkles of fat. Why? You'd never find a thing. I'll have to piss on you to give you a clue.
Give you a clue. What a great line.
But yeah, they were at least they were real. They were real.
Exactly.
And I think they actually did consider Nomi one of their own.
What about the Asian dude who's talking? He's like, when they're in the strip club right before Nomi gives Kyle MacLachlan the lap dance, he says something in Japanese or something, and he's Kyle MacLachlan's, what'd he say? He's like, he said, everyone in America is a gynecologist. This movie has some great lines in it. That's so good.
So since you're talking about my confused sexuality, let's get into it. I'm sorry, folks, but it's an observation, and it's an observation I had back when I saw this film. I'm a black man. I like the booty. I like a nice plump. That's why Penny was like, God damn, Penny, if only your body could be on her. You know what I mean? And Gina Gershon. Oh, my God, she was beautiful.
She's got a weird mouth, dude. She looks like the Joker.
I love that mouth, dude. It's like, I love it.
It's weird. She's got weird, gigantic teeth.
So she's got no butt. Berkeley got the flattest, whitest white girl butt in the history of flat white girl butts on celluloid. And then there was a scene when she was going into the pool, Kyle MacLachlan's house, and then there's a scene he walked into frame, and his ass looked better than hers.
Yeah, I noticed the same thing.
I'll read you. Yeah, my exact. Kyle MacLachlan has a better ass than her.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, just to follow that up, Kyle's hair upsets me.
Oh God, it's so bad.
He
Kyle's hair in this movie is the opposite of our buddy Paul's hair.
he's the Bizarro Paul.
Yeah, you're talking to you, Paul, Senor Hernandez, and your beautiful hair. I want to go as Paul for Halloween next year. I'll get myself a nice wig like that.
If we could put his hair on Charlie Hunnam, have him like walk in front of us, I think both you and I would be enraged. He plays. He's not the douchiest person in this film, but I just want to fucking punch him. He just looks so goddamn slimy and douchey. That fucking stupid fucking hair.
That hair was awful.
So good job, hairstylist. If you wanted to make me want to punch him at first sight, you did it. So let's talk about James.
He had a funny line that just seemed out of nowhere.
He had a lot of fucking lines that seemed out of fucking nowhere.
Literally, she spent the entire movie showing how she doesn't want to be a whore. Mm-hmm. And we find out later in the movie anymore. She's not fucking any of these guys like out in, you know what I mean? Like a lot of strippers, they also go out and they're, you know, for couple $1,000 we'll sleep with the dudes, you know?
Really, Mike?
But she won't. Yeah.
How do you know this?
50% of strippers are hookers too, dude. I mean, it's just a known thing.
No, really? You sure it's known? Yeah. How'd you?
I mean,
you know from experience. You never.
No, I don't know from experience, man. I've never.
Why are you squirming? Look at you,
I'm just saying.
Folks, he just adjusted his seat. That's like that's an improv class. Mike, show how you're a little bit nervous about it. You know, your secret will be exposed.
I don't tell you the truth,
sir. Put on a tie. You can adjust it like Rodney Dangerfield.
For one thing,
and I'm not shaming you, by the way. You're a man.
No, there's nothing to shame me about because I never fucking done it. So you're not shaming me for nothing. I'm just telling you that. We used to know a stripper used to come over to the house all the time. It was like friends with one of the roommates. We were all, when I had like this house, like all roommates, and you know, everyone at her strip club, they were all a bunch of prostitutes except her, of course. And so yeah, that's where I found out that initially. But I think my cousin in Texas had a friend who was a stripper. And she told me about, and she was cool. We'd hang out and smoke weed and stuff. But she said that like, yeah, a lot of the girls there would sleep with the dudes for like a little extra money. What? Are you frozen? Oh. I thought you were frozen. You weren't even blinking.
I'm gonna see how far you would go, and I'm gonna leave this in unedited.
Okay, whatever.
Explaining,
Troy.
Be annoying. Over explaining the stripper story. Okay.
Well, you were asking.
No,
you wanted
I just
to know,
asked
so
one
I
thing,
told
but
you.
no, I'm spellbound, dude. Just like the audience.
Yeah.
We're listening to it.
But the line that I was talking about was like after she's gone out of her way to show that she is like one of the few strippers at the strip club who isn't a hooker, right? And he says, everybody got AIDS and shit out here. Like, yeah, they do, maybe, but she's not having sex with any of them, dude. Like, what are you talking about? You don't get AIDS from just grinding up on someone. That's not how that works. He
and Mac from Crystal Skull, they belong in the halls of most confusing fucking cinematic characters. What did James
he was
want?
useless. He was so fucking useless.
Yeah. First of all, what point did he serve in the movie?
Literally, I think what did I say? The relationship with the black guy, because I couldn't even remember his name, is dumb. That was my note. The relationship with the black guy is dumb. It had no point.
It went nowhere. They position him like he's going to be the person to make her believe in her dancing as art. Right. And maybe at the end, he's the one that's going to support. But then in the middle, he just turns out to be a pussy hungry piece of shit. in his own words,
I have a problem with pussy. I always have, and I'm always gonna.
he goes from, oh, yeah, I want you to be on my show. And then, yeah, I wrote this song for you. Oh, and then the really sweet, seductive, my period song. You don't believe me? Check. Everything's filthy and disgusting in this movie, dude.
But what was his line? I got towels.
And then he winds up with Penny. Wait, and then she shows up. After she's been giving him pretty much the metaphorical finger and sometimes literal finger. She gets a spot in the Goddess Showgirls show. She goes to him first.
And he's like, fuck, what the fuck? Why are you doing this? Like, you know,
she to him, right?
Yeah, no, he's like, what the fuck? I thought we were doing the show together. Like, you know, that's what he said to her, right? Didn't he say that to her?
Well, they were both stupid.
Right.
Like, do you like this guy or not? Like, I thought he was just some fucking dude that was, you called him right. He was just sniffing for your thing, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
And then turns out he's betting Penny. And she's like all defiant and angry. Then he doesn't go away. They still continue to show this motherfucker, dude.
He
still pops up, and it's like, where are you going?
Dude, I love when they show the dance number and it's just fucking stupid. Everybody's like, get the fuck off the stage!
Right.
You fucking suck! And she's like, oh, I like the dance number. And he's like, what the fuck you talking about? That shit was dog shit. You heard them.
We sucked.
You heard them. We sucked.
You know, in Showgirls 2, you know what he winds up being, per the movie? He's selling T-shirts with slogans.
Oh my god!
Because
that's fucking funny,
he
right?
joked with her like, "Yeah, where'd you learn to talk from? T-shirts? Everything's a fucking slogan."
That's fucking funny.
So I guess you're supposed to feel bad for this. Did he actually like her, Mike? Did he really like her? And
I mean,
he couldn't control. Like, maybe that was an honest moment. He was like, "Look, it's a problem. It's pussy. I can't control myself."
I think he did actually like her, but I think at the same time, like, he's in it for himself, and he doesn't really think too much about anyone else. Like, he's just a pussy hungry asshole. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I think he probably did like her. He liked her a lot more than Penny because he put up with her shit. He wouldn't, like. You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't put up with shit from Penny. He'd fucking kick her to the curb in a moment's notice.
Bitch,
you know what
get
I mean?
out. What did he say in the club?
Bitch, go get me a beer. Go get me a beer, bitch. I was like, oh my fucking god.
And you're supposed to feel sympathetic for this motherfucker, dude.
So, well, yeah.
At that moment of film, you're supposed to feel sorry for him.
Yeah, he's like, get me a beer, bitch. That's I wrote that in here. That was one of my notes as well.
Hey, we suck. I'm going, her father owns a vacuum company or whatever.
Oh my god, right?
She's pregnant, so shit happens.
Oh my god.
What a waste of. And he's a character probably could have been a good character if you somehow intertwine their journeys together somehow.
Totally. Or just when she walks off, just let it be. Like, we don't need to see him again. It doesn't fucking matter. You let him disappear into the mist. Like, he's just another
piece of shit man in this universe. Because
exactly. That she metal on her way to fucking.
All of them are garbage.
Yeah.
And let's face it, also all the women are pretty much garbage. Except for the girl. So Robert Davey kind of redeemed himself slightly, even though his, must be weird not to be come on.
Yeah.
But he said it with such earnestness and caring.
Yeah, totally. He didn't even mean it as a bad thing.
By the way, monkey shit, stage left.
That shit was funny. That was funny. And you hear the squish.
Did Nomi, did she step into monkey shit?
Yeah.
When she slipped?
Yeah.
Okay. I made a note of that.
And then when they sit down and they're on the ground, they're pulling off the gold shirt thingy. You see the guy make a face like he smells it. It's so fucking funny.
Oh, did you notice the Jesus is coming sign?
No.
Coming soon sign was shorting out. The Jesus is coming soon. The first.
It just said Jesus is coming.
The S and O and soon was blinking out. So it said Jesus is coming on.
Oh, yes.
Did you notice that?
I think I did notice that, actually. Yeah. I guess I didn't write that down in my notes, but I did notice that. I was like, what the fuck? It's fucking weird.
Oh, and then here's another moment, and I think I know why. because she went for it so hard in that cheetah scene, right? Just grinding Kyle MacLachlan until he fucking came in his pants. And then later, maybe 20 minutes later, she gets a spot in the show, and she gets so fucking upset when he tells her to ice her nipples. I'm like, what? Like, you were butt-ass naked. You grinded a dude till he busting his pants. And
I loved him. I loved
the guy, the director guy.
The director guy.
Yeah.
I thought he was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
What does he say to her? He's like,
You got something wrong with your nipples?
No.
They're not sticking up. Stick them up.
What?
Play with them a little. Pinch them a little. You want me to do it for you? I'll do it. I'm erect. Why aren't you erect?
I'm erect. Why aren't you?
Oh shit!
Shit, dude.
It was
too fucking.
Yeah, that
funny.
guy was great.
This is the second movie we've reviewed that has had icing of the nipples being a point in the movie.
Wait, what? Remind me, what was the other one?
Babylon.
Oh, right. Wow, oceans apart.
She's back there icing her nipples. She's like, I ain't icing my nipples, and then the next shot is her icing her nipples. Yeah.
So I made the note, and then later, by the end of the movie, it's like, okay, she thought this was going to be legitimate. That's why she doesn't want to feel like a whore here. She thinks this is fine art. That's why she gets so upset.
Well, no, but I get it, but it's still stupid. Like, you're showing your fucking tits, right? Like,
it's still dumb. Don't get me wrong.
No, I don't think you should delete that from your notes. I think it's a very valid point because that's, again, a time where she's fucking being stupid and over the top and bad acting Elizabeth Berkley. But
that's written, though, dude. Whether
I know,
however she acts or not, the character's written to be mad and angry or upset or however she wanted to play it. It doesn't make logical sense because she's been fighting for this spot, and it's a topless review.
Yeah, they're looking at your tits, dude. Like, what the fuck?
And we found out later she's a hooker. She's been hooking, and then she's trying to turn a new leaf. I get it. So okay, you got to ice your nips a little bit. That's better than a guy coming on you.
Yeah,
as
totally.
Robert Davies said, right? I don't know. It was a weird thing.
It was very weird.
Let's talk about Gina Gershon. You're not a big fan?
No, I think she's gorgeous. Okay. I mean, I think she's gorgeous. But aside from the fact that Elizabeth Berkley has no ass, I love her. I just think she's fucking so hot in this movie.
Elizabeth Berkley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think like. And
she doesn't have much hips either. It's very
no. Look,
I mean, there's a little bit of hip itch, and don't get me wrong. She's beautiful.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the whorish look. Like the whorish look is. I'm all about it. I'm
whore-ish or whore? Let's just
whorish.
Okay,
because you can have that look without being a whore, right? Yeah. She just happens to be one. Okay. But like
you want the illusion. Look. You don't want to actually, You want
I don't care one way or the other. I'm just saying it's a whorish look, okay? Where you're digging too much into it there, buddy.
Right. You want the new car smell. You don't want the
like she has this like sparkle in her eye during this movie that just
What scene, Mike? Are you talking about sparkle?
Every scene except for when she's in the pool. She looks awful when she's in the pool.
Why? Why does she look awful? You talking about the sex scene, right?
Cause man, that ain't a forehead. That's an 8 head, bro.
Oh, like, when her hair's all slicked back.
Oh my god! Like she needs some fucking Rogaine for women. Like
said the bald motherfucker.
Dude, she's got some thin ass hair, dude. Like she looks bad. She looks bad in the water.
Have you seen her recently?
No. Why? She look good?
She looks
the same.
Amazing. She might even look a little better because she's a bit more mature. She's got the mature woman thing going on.
What about that's a great dress.
Thanks. I bought it at Versace.
And then also the choreographer, the
ginger,
the gay dude, the ginger dude. He's like hitting her on her butt, like thrust it. I thought that shit was hilarious.
Oh, and then I think after that scene, was it the same guy, the ginger? He was like, I don't know. She's like an animal. But no one's got that Did he say thrust of power?
No. She said no one's got that heat like Crystal. Like, and the heat like Crystal. That's Gina Gershon's
I know,
character.
but this is a scene where they were talking about.
Oh yeah, he's like, oh, she's all pelvic thrust or something.
That's the one.
That's what she says. But the funny thing
where
was,
where do you think she learned it?
Exactly.
Line. Right.
But my thing is like they say no one has the heat like Crystal, and I was like, I don't know, man. I think Naomi's got a lot more heat than Crystal. Like, Crystal is kind of tame, in my opinion. And you never actually see Crystal really dance at all. I mean, I can't.
That's what I was about to say. She's never, like, we seen Elizabeth Berkley grind on dudes twice.
Right.
In the strip club, licking poles. But Gina Gershon's character is just, she's in this pedestal goddess.
Right. But what I'm saying is you never see Gina Gershon dance, really. Like, you don't really see her, like,
she dances
get down.
Well,
I mean, a little bit, but
not like Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah, I mean, you see Elizabeth Berkley fucking go for it.
Yeah.
And she's hitting it. Oh, my God. What about when they're in the pool?
Bubble butt Kyle and flat butt Elizabeth.
She goes, what did she say to Kyle MacLachlan? I liked it when you came. Do you remember that line?
She said that in the pool?
She said
with the lap dance. No, it was after that. It was she was talking about the lap dance, right?
She was talking about the lap dance, but she said it like, didn't she say it like right as they were right as they were about to fuck? Like, I thought she said, I liked it when you came. I'm pretty sure she did.
She did say that. I can't remember the time.
I can't remember the exact moment, but I thought it was like right before they started going at it.
Let's talk about Joe Esterhaus, the writer here.
Oh yeah.
Do you think he knew he was writing schlock?
I don't know.
Because his films, at least like Basic Instinct, and it's been 1,000 years since I've seen it, but it also had a similar feel where everything's like kind of big. Maybe not as big as this, but you know what I mean? Like characters are drawing these broad strokes.
Sure, but even if they were better actors. So, I mean, they're able to contain large characters in ways that are more believable. But Basic Instinct is the Sharon Stone one, right?
Sharon Stone and Michael Douglas.
I don't think I've ever actually seen it all the way through.
Yeah, that's the one, the famous uncrossing
yeah,
legs.
I know who it is. Yeah, totally. Yeah. But I don't know if I've ever actually seen it all the way through.
Well, really, and again, Elizabeth Berkley, a lot of it falls on her shoulders because this is her really first, I don't think it was her first movie, I don't know, but definitely biggest movie she's ever been in. And she's probably maybe the least experienced actor in the ensemble. You know what I mean? Like, you know what it reminds me of? And I'm just thinking of this. House of Gucci. House of Gucci got lauded for being bad.
Right.
And that may be true. But for example, Jared Leto was blasted for being bad. But I think in both of our reviews, like,
we liked Jared Leto.
He was great. Like he
was like the best part of the movie.
He knew the assignment, right? Like he was playing it up and he was not going subtle and it worked for his character. So no one's like subtle in this, but it's not necessarily they're bad. Like Robert Davey, he's a great actor. He plays a scumbag. He plays a scumbag really well. But some of the lines coming in his mouth are like, you would kind of consider it bad writing or like written by a 14-year-old.
Sure. I can agree.
This is like written. Joe Esterhaus, I don't know if he knows how to write people, real people.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
He writes ideas, archetypes of people, but in terms of actual real people, actual emotions, yeah, like the AIDS line.
Are you following me around? I didn't fuck anybody. I
saw you. Man, everybody got AIDS and shit.
Like,
yeah, but that just came out of nowhere.
It came out of like left field. What? And it doesn't even make sense considering who he is. Reveals himself to be, and unless that is part of you want to expose his hypocrisy, but the character continuously contradicts himself and doesn't have a point in the movie. So I think a lot of this falls on the script, dude.
Yeah, probably. Honestly. I mean, I think it does, but I think
she gets a lot of heat for this, but
I don't think she did it that well. Like, I truly think
it's a little bit of both.
But it also might have had to do with the direction too.
And that's the other thing I want to get into.
It could have been the director telling her to do it up more, but she's like, but this is, she might have known that she was going over the top, but I was like, well, the director wants me to be bigger, so I'm gonna be bigger.
Paul Verhoeven may have been the wrong guy for this.
Yeah.
Because he is, especially recently, as I've rewatched, because I've been playing a RoboCop game, I watched that 5-hour RoboCop documentary, and all reports from, at least from that documentary, he is an insane person. He is a madman. He's like screaming on the set, and not screaming at people, but he does that too. But like he'll pretend to be like the Ed 209 and blah 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 blah. He's all over the place.
Right.
And if she's getting that kind of energy, she's this young actress, and he's like, yes, I want it big. Like maybe he directed her to go super fucking over the top.
I could see that.
And what she really needed was like a Irvin Kershner or someone who's more like a character style director.
Irvin Kershner.
Yeah.
Irvin Kershner doing this movie.
Well. It would have been lit beautifully.
I actually would have enjoyed seeing that movie. I think.
Well,
I think that would have been fun to watch.
Who would have been an interesting? Whose vision for Showgirls would have altered this movie for the better?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't even want to go down that road. I have no idea.
Let's just stick with our usual. Sam Raimi could do it, or James Gunn. He'd fly in the vagina and out the butt.
What'd you say? You said Michael Bay. That would have been a funny one.
Yeah, Michael Bay. We would have had the same product, but just a lot more sunsets.
A lot more slow-mo. I want to know, all this TNA, why didn't we get to see Kyle MacLachlan's dong?
Yeah, man.
I mean, it's an NC-17 movie and not a single penis.
Yeah. I would like to believe if this movie was made today,
there would be dongs everywhere.
There'll be dongs, just for fairness.
Well, I'm just saying, if they could put a dong in, like, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, like literally flapping back and forth in the opening scene, I think they could put some dongs in Showgirls.
You wanted more dongs for a sense of fairness.
I felt like it deserved some dongs. I mean, it needed some dongs. Like, there's all this TNA. Like, it's literally an NC-17
Would you say
movie.
that's a feminist opinion of yours? Like,
no,
the feminist side of you wants an equal balance. So in Showgirls, they should have more floppy sausages.
Well, I'm just saying,
But I agree with you, by the way.
I'm not gonna go out of my way to call myself a feminist or anything, but I just think, if you're gonna show that much TNA, like, there should be a dick. We should see a penis.
Speaking of penis, I just read one of my notes. Straight male dancer may be the most fictitious thing in movie.
Well, this is one of mine. One of mine is Nomi's square mom butt. That's just the note.
That's what it is. It looks like and it's even got like weird dimples. Not even like good dimples. It's like got little, I don't know if it's cellulite. Anyway, I'm not body shaming. Just, she's nude a good portion of this movie, and her butt is super flat. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
When she's wearing a G-string, it's like, all right, come on. Put some bloomers on that.
So during the stage show, right, I'm listening to the stage show, and I'm like, dude, this movie's music gave birth to the soundtrack of The Matrix. Like, it is so similar, the synth sounds they use, and, like, the BPM, and just the feel of it. Like, I think it's the one where they're all dressed in like the black, like, halter top thingies, with the hat, like, the black hair. When they're doing that dance number, it's very synthy and sounds a lot like the songs from The Matrix.
I had a note that not the songs that you're talking about, but the actual score I thought was pretty nice.
Oh, yeah. It was pretty good.
Nice synthy sound to it.
I loved it when the white chick with braids like threw the beads and tripped to like fuck up the black chick. I was like, you fucking bitch, you deserve that. I was like such an asshole. And then Nomi saw it, and she was like, she was like, she felt like she needed to say something. And then, dude, when she pushes fucking Gina Gershon down the stairs.
Yeah, how did no one else see that?
I know, dude.
I couldn't remember watching it how she did. I know I thought she tripped her up, but
no, she just pushed her.
No, I know, but I haven't watched this movie in years.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm like, I know this part is coming. Like, okay, does she like kind of stick her foot out? But no, she just like shove. And then there's the shot, they show her tumbling. You see, like, everyone behind.
Yeah, totally.
Like, how could they not
like,
have fucking seen her do it?
Stupid.
So,
oh, damn.
Let's get to the rape scene. Let's get to Molly.
This is another note of mine. Rapey Fabio. That's
Rapey Fabio. Look.
We should just publish our notes on this movie. Like
Yeah.
this should be like
Maybe
I won't even correct any of the typos or anything.
There's tons of them in mine
there's
too.
Tons of them.
If we're ever famous, we'll have a wall of notes. And we could do it. You know what we could do? We could put it in our studio.
Hell yeah.
If you save it, we'll just like put it up and maybe like use like super fancy, amazing, like royal font.
Yeah, totally.
But it's just total misspelled nonsense.
Get me a beer, bitch.
So the whole movie, Molly, they set her up to have this almost weird obsession with this. Is this guy supposed to be a singer? He's a singer?
I think he's like, some sort of singer or something.
And
that's what I think.
This was made in 95, but this looks like a hair band guy from like 87. Like in 95, were they rocking? Was that still
He wasn't like a rocker. Like he
but his look though. The Fabio, the long hair. I feel like by 95
that wasn't but that was a Fabio. He was a Fabio look. He was not a hair band rocker.
I know, but I'm saying and for that time period when they filmed this movie and they wanted to invent some hot hunky stud.
Long hair? Was long hair a popular thing?
Yeah, I think Fabio like that. I think 80s. I feel like by 95,
long hair was a thing into the 90s too.
I don't know. I just feel like it would have been seen as jokey and lame-ier. But anyway, so Rapey Fabio, she's got a thing for him. And, throughout the movie, they drop she'll see his poster and want to kiss it. And she finally gets to meet him at the end of the movie, near the end of the movie, at this big party where Elizabeth Berkley's character is celebrating being crowned the new goddess and everything. This is the peak of her journey. So she introduces Molly, her friend, to Rapey Fabio. He proceeds to take her upstairs.
And then has his two security guards.
And they know the drill. They snap to, like they've raped hundreds of girls at mansions filled with people.
With wide open balconies and shit.
This is so many people, Mike. There's I think there might be some people on stairs, people outside, people inside. Then they proceed to rape this woman in the most brutal fucking loud way possible.
Get her ass.
By the way, I'm not saying they should have been quieter, but it's like it rips you out of reality. Like, there's no fucking way this would happen, at least here.
Yeah, well, not only that, and then all of a sudden, she's stumbling out of the fucking room into the middle of the party, and she's all bloody and beat to shit and stuff. And it's just so after they did it, they were just like, just let her go. Who gives a fuck? She'll go out into that party with hundreds of people. It's fine. It's fucking stupid.
And this is where I question Joe Esterhaus as a fucking writer. Fabio, he lets one of his bodyguards, I don't know if all three of them have their way with her. I don't want to get into it. But they're high-fiving, slapping her ass. Yeah, get that black pussy. After they've slapped and punched her in the face. Mm-hmm. Very loud actions. And like you said, all right, well, we're done here. I think there's some cocktail weenies down there. Can you go get me some of those?
Right.
I'm going to wash the blood off my knuckles, and then I'll be back downstairs. No one called the cops? I get he's part of the family. That's the thing, is a cover-up. Well, he's part of the family. This is what Slimeball Kyle MacLachlan tells her. No one at that party calls the cops? When a bloody woman fucking... Anyway.
It was pretty dumb. It was pretty dumb.
It was there for shock value, but it was handled so clumsily that it was almost insulting.
Yeah, I mean, they could have done it they could have done it a different way. It would have been fine.
Look, I'm not advocating for a good rape scene. By no means am I saying that.
Well, no. But we're not, what are you talking about, Troy? We're not trying to advocate for a good rape scene.
I'm making it clear to the listeners.
Any scene should be done well.
Right.
Regardless of what it is, you know what I mean?
But in particular, because she is the nicest person in the whole movie.
Absolutely.
And just as a means to snap Naomi out of it, they rape the only good thing in the movie. And they do it in such a clumsy way.
Yeah.
right?
It's dumb.
If he
really
had just
dumb.
taken her off to like maybe there was a little side guest house he was staying in.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I would have
totally.
bought that, right? It's just the not even bothering with if this even makes sense.
You know, and then they kick her out of a side door into an alley or something, and Nomi comes out with someone like ha ha ha, like go and like they find her. You know what I mean?
Right, right. There's all kinds of ways.
Super easy way. And
Right.
I don't mean to like rewrite it, but it's so dumb and so unbelievable that it's just yeah. Anyways,
When it's handled so implausibly, it makes the fact that they put that rape scene in there worse.
yeah.
Because you're not even like, I don't care what fucking movie you put that in, whatever it is, you should treat that with care. And not trying to be all soft and super sensitive, but you're gonna do this. You write this as a writer and it happened to one of the characters. You want it to not feel as something that was just tossed in there. I just need this to happen, so yeah, let's just have it happen at the party.
Yeah.
Like it'll make sense. And you wrote those fucking stupid ass lines those guys were saying. They don't like
Yeah.
they didn't like human beings. Like again, rapey Fabio. There was no seduction. No, like he literally says, "Hey, come with me."
Yeah, we should get you a drink.
Then the next scene you see him in, he's raping. Like there was no even lead up to, no even like showing how he actually is attractive to women beyond his main. But anyway, all right, too much time on the rape scene.
I wonder if they shot more and they wanted, and the studio was like, we need to shorten this beast. And that was one of the things they decided to get rid of.
What? Oh, him.
Some more information like for why that happened.
Yeah.
The way it did.
Yeah.
Probably not, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But Kyle MacLachlan says, I think it's Kyle MacLachlan says to Nomi, "You got low self-esteem, babe. You're a fantastic fuck." I don't even remember how they teed it up, but that line is fucking good.
No. He asked her, "Tell me, how much did you charge?" This is after he found out.
Oh,
she was
right. She's
50,
like 50
sometimes
bucks,
100.
sometimes 100.
Yeah, low self-esteem, baby. You're a fantastic fuck. Oh, and that leads to one of my notes. She had a gallon of spit at the ready, boy. Did you see her spit on him? It was like, whoosh, it's like a flash dance. What
Yeah,
a feeling.
totally.
Like he was drenched, dude. Like, wow, that fucking, that's not even a loogie. That's like, that came from the depths of your soul, baby. You were saving up for that. And then his line, "I was paying you a compliment." I believe he was.
Yeah, absolutely he was.
Tell me something. What did you charge? Hooking.
50, 100 sometimes.
You got low self-esteem, baby. You're a fantastic fuck. I was paying you a compliment.
That's a compliment, and hey, must be weird not to have guys come on you. That's like a nice, endearing, fatherly thing.
Exactly. So one thing, I want to talk about that last scene.
Okay,
where she goes back to rapey Fabio, right?
Okay.
She shows back up to rapey Fabio. Question, do you think he knew that was Nomi, right? He knew that was Nomi. That's why he didn't get the rape gang together to take care of her,
He wanted
right?
some of that himself, yeah.
Or he just, he knew he couldn't, get the rape train busted on her without causing issues for the studio or whatever, the casino.
Yeah, they're family, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
She's a commodity just like him.
Exactly. She looked so bad with that slicked back hair. Like, you slick her hair back, she just looks awful. Like,
she looks cold, sleek and cold. Like if she was playing an android,
she looks like shit.
If she was like
in my
a Terminator, like that's what she looked like.
That scene and the pool scene, I thought she looked bad in.
You don't like her forehead. That's what
She
it
has a
sounds
horrible forehead. Like, well, I don't know if I don't like her forehead so much, but I don't like when it's just so, accentuated by having her hair pulled back. You know what I mean? That's all. That's what it is. What? What's so funny?
It's not that I hate her forehead. I hate that I can see it.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, totally. Her forehead's fine as long as I don't have to see
honey,
it. It's like that don't ask, don't tell kind of thing.
The Robert Davey class of compliments. Hey, baby, you're, it's not that you're ugly. It's just my eyes hurt when I look at you. All right? I feel like I suddenly come down with pink eye in both my fucking eyes. With all love and respect.
That's beside the point, right? I didn't actually really like her outfit in that scene. I don't really like the way she looks in that last scene, which makes me so sad because it's like one of the last scenes you get with her, and she doesn't. I don't think.
I love how you turn into Joan Rivers at that point in the movie. Oh my God. Her forehead is just so big, and that dress, come on,
yeah,
bargain bin, anyone?
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, totally. Got the Joan Rivers thing going on. But I think that scene is dumb. Like, I don't like the fact that she shows up and then she pulls out the knife and then she beats him up hits him a couple times. Like, I much rather would have liked to see her fucking kill him. Like, I wanted to see her like slowly stab him into the fucking neck.
But you know what she does? She uses her dance move, her kicks, to kick the ever loving shit out of him with her heels.
I think that's so fucking stupid.
I like it. I actually like that.
I thought it was fucking
that was perfect. It all comes. It's full circle. Her dance moves are now, and now in Showgirls 2, she's on the.
Give me a fucking.
She's
break.
like a fucking killer. She's taking out the scum with her dance moves. See, they were setting it up.
Nah, fuck that, dude. That shit was stupid.
And I do give the film credit because it opens with that yokel in the truck.
Yeah, and then ends with the yokel in the truck.
And it's like, hey, did you get lucky? And she has that cheesy line, or what was it? She says, I found myself.
He said, did you win? And she's like, yeah, I won. He's like, oh, what'd you win? And she was like, myself.
Yeah. And then passes the billboard for her. But right before that, she pulls the knife out. So
that's my thing. I literally like watching this movie right up to the moment that you see her like walk up to rapey Fabio. That's when I.
So what if she had stuck her heel in his eyeball and killed him? Like,
I didn't want her to stick her. I wanted her to like stare him fucking down and just like
stab him,
fucking stab him in the fucking neck or stab him elsewhere. But I don't know, man. Like I wanted to see her kill him, and I'm sorry, but I thought it was cheesy that now she uses her dance moves to kick him. I'm sorry, fuck that. That is stupid. It makes the movie worse.
No, like, it fits. Yes. That is a natural conclusion. That is the only finale, because what you're talking about is an actual grittier film, with an actual better film where she would kill him. This isn't it. This ain't that.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying. I'm talking about how to make this movie better, and that's a way to make it better.
You should have been more upset over the fact that she just walked in there, was in there maybe 2 minutes, kicked the loving shit out of him, and they're like, oh, you tired them out. The bodyguards. She was only in there for like a couple minutes.
I think that was stupid too, but more so than that, I felt like she should have just fucking killed his ass.
That's perfect. She used her dance. She used her
bullshit.
Listen to me.
The fuck out of here.
No.
I'm listening to you, and I think it's bullshit.
No.
We can disagree, Troy.
Hey, the movie we just described, so you've never seen it, and someone described it to you, and then it's like, yeah, and then she gets revenge, fucking stabs the guy to death. Or, yeah, man, she used revenge. She used her pirouette dance moves to kick the shit out of him. Maybe she killed him. That's the ending for that movie, dude. That fits everything else we've seen before. Oh, but I thought it would have been a nice touch when she walks past the bodyguards. Yeah, I wore them out, and there's like blood on her heels. They don't even notice. She's just stepping in blood and goes in the elevator. Yeah, we could have done it with a stab
as well.
Yeah, there you go. But it would have been a nice touch either way.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's more blood from the stab. You know what? Let me put it this way. Even if she had just did one kick and like
disabled him, and then
she does one kick, right? Mm-hmm. And he's just like, and then you see his like the blood start to come out of his throat, and then you see her foot like slam down, and then you see that she like taped a fucking like straight blade, like a razor blade.
That would have been dope as fuck, dude. I would have given you that.
I would have been okay with that. Like combine the two, combine the two ideas.
You think she went too easy on him? That's what you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she was so angry. Did you see, like, once again, her over the top bullshit acting whenever she showing a ton of emotion?
But I think it worked for that moment. Though.
Well, yeah, but she's so. Why it didn't work for me is that she's that angry and she doesn't kill this guy.
Yeah.
Seriously?
They should have shown her kicks landing and showed damage.
Especially considering that she is a traumatized ex-prostitute who fucking hates the idea of hooking, hates the idea of sex crime, you know what I mean? Hates the idea of being forced to do something she doesn't want to. Like you said, the only shining light in this entire world was brutalized by this horrible fucker, beat to shit, raped bloody, and she doesn't fucking kill this guy.
It should have been a little more I spit on your grave at that moment. A little more like...
And that's what I'm saying. Like if she had just done one, like, you know, she stood up, dropped her dress, you know, to like give him a lap dance or something, and then just like did a big spin kick and fucking sliced his neck.
How about this, dude? You have them pat her down, right? So she can't have a weapon. But she, like
miss the blade on the shoes.
The blade on the fucking shoes.
Yep.
That would have been dope as fuck. Because at that point, she's mad about Molly, but she's probably at that point taken out all the past abusers, everything, right? So
that's what that is. It's the culmination of everything she believed that these fucking assholes would do to her if they given a chance. Maybe has happened to her in the past, along with it happening to her only friend, real friend in the world. And she's like, fuck it. I'm killing and she leaves anyways. She's getting it. She's leaving fucking town anyway. So who fucking cares? She's gone. Kill the guy. The guy needed to die.
It's not the kicks. It's the lack of definitive brutality against this guy.
I mean, maybe that's what it is.
You don't even see him. They never even show him again. Like, you could at least cut to a shot, you know, her heels walking off frame, and you show his face. And even he's all like fucked up and bloody.
Even if they hadn't even shown his face and just shown her walk off and like his hand falls into frame and like blood drips off it or something. You know what I mean? Like,
and then you could leave it up to the viewer if she killed him or not. If you want to play it ambiguous, but
but as long as there's something to show that he got fucked up and it's not just, you know what I mean? I don't know.
So before I forget, I think it's a major plot point. I don't think we really talked about it. Gina Gershon. Her character sees in Naomi herself. I mean, it's not subtle. I mean, I think they even say it at the end. I think.
Yeah,
right?
that she basically pushed her. You know, the person who was.
How did she get her spot? Like, how you think
she
I got
did the same thing exactly.
So, do you think, just again, a little psychology here, was it self-hatred because she saw so much of herself that punishing Naomi?
I don't know. I mean, I think she was fucking attracted to her.
She was attracted to her, but then she would just torture her. 1 minute she's like seducing her.
Well, I mean, I think it comes down to the idea of that she's also a sadistic fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, but she's super attracted to her. She thinks she's hot as shit, but she likes having this power. She likes kind of torturing her. She thinks it's funny that she's so like naive, even though she's, you know, obviously she's a stripper and an ex-hooker and all this stuff, but she's so damn naive to how the world actually works at the higher levels.
Gina Gershon, it's the nail scene where again, Naomi.
Oh, that whorish look. The whorish look.
She's coming. She's okay. Maybe I went too far. I forget what happened before. She fucked Kyle. Is that what happened? Or I don't know. There's something. They're at war. It's a tit for tat. So as like a peace offering, I'll do your nails. You like my nails? I'll do your nails. And she's like, you know, second thought. I don't like that whorish look or whatever. And she stomps off. And then they linger on her.
And she's just like smiling.
Well, no, but her face kind of drops a little bit.
Oh, at the she smiles as she walks out. Then
her real. That's why I'm wondering, and maybe I'm trying to find too much depth, hoping that there's some depth in this film. But
well, I mean, I feel like Gina Gershon is probably one of the better actresses in the movie.
Yeah, and I think that's why that moment plays so well, because she is good. Is this more? Yeah, she's hot and she's attracted to her, but she also sees herself and maybe she hates herself. Yeah. So punishing Naomi is punishing a version of herself. Because she's deeply unhappy. None of these motherfuckers are truly, they think they know happiness and You know, maybe they'll go to their graves. Kyle MacLachlan is going to be a scumbag until, you know, down the road he joins Donald Trump's fucking team. I can see that, you know.
He's going to be Donald Trump's running mate.
For that character, exactly.
Trump McLaughlin 2024.
Yeah. Well, I think we covered this more than the actual film crew.
Yeah. This is going to be a long one.
Yeah. But worth it, dude. So what do you want to rate this, Mike?
I'm going to rate it a 3.
3 out of 5.
Yeah, because I give 3.5s to stuff. I know, maybe I'm going to do a 3.5, actually. I enjoy this movie. I'm trying to think, like, what I've given a 3 to, and if I'm like, but no, I think...
Go with your feeling,
I'm
man.
thinking a 3.5. I enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. It's over the top. It's great nostalgia 90s stuff, you know what I mean? And it's hot, man. It's fucking steamy. It's a steamy fucking movie. Like,
did you get a little bit? Did it give you a little bit of a rise? She did really well in that lap dance scene. She was going for it.
I don't really. I don't
with her flat butt. It must have hurt. Do you think it hurt? Because she's got no padding back there. Would it be like a tailbone, like?
I know,
hitting
man,
your
like,
balls.
Feel sorry for Kyle MacLachlan. Like, he had to go ice his junk after that.
No wonder he had a pain look. He didn't have to act very hard to act like he's coming.
He's got Peyronie's disease now, that's for sure.
He just let the pain show. Elizabeth Berkley's sharp ass.
Jesus.
Like a perfect square.
Oh my God.
Like a Scrabble tile. That's her ass shape.
No, but I really liked it. I think it's a lot of fun to watch, and it's steamy as hell. It's super hot. You know, like, I think Elizabeth Berkley is hot as shit in it, and when her and Gina Gershon are like
dancing,
getting all hot and heavy and close with each other, like, that's some hot shit. I mean, it's a hot movie.
You had to hit pause and go to the bathroom for a second. It's okay. That's what the
know
movie
about
was
that,
made for. It's why it's NC-17, Mike.
When I was young, probably, I would say that. That's probably true.
I'm sure I popped some woodage in the theater when I saw it at first.
I bet.
You know, but the thing is, this movie...
I mean, but back then, you pop wood just when you hear like an ice machine go off and like the perfect tones happen.
I was about to say at a 64-ounce Coke, I probably...
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, and the thing is, and we're talking about our scores now, but people are so new in this movie that it doesn't even like become a thing anymore.
Exactly.
You actually see them as people just without clothes, and it's not even a novelty anymore.
Exactly.
So whatever that's worth. But what is 3 out of 3.5 out of
say
what?
3. Yeah, I got to do my thing.
Come on,
right?
this movie was
3,
built for it.
Oh man, this is, what am I gonna say? Oh, I got it. 3.5 stage left monkey shits out of 5. I think that's what I'm going to go for.
Nice. That was my plan B, in case you took my plan A, which I'm glad you didn't.
Ice nipples? Is that
No,
is that
of course not.
Okay.
I agree with you, man. This is the thing. The term guilty pleasure is thrown around. I don't feel fucking guilt for liking anything. I like what I like. I'm not ashamed.
I can agree with that.
So this movie, if you allow yourself to just sit back and accept it for what it is, it ain't boring.
It ain't boring.
It ain't
That's
never boring, dude. And there's always some horrible people doing horrible things to each other nude. There's plenty of angry dancing and angry sex. It's an action movie version of a sexy film. So I'll give it a 3.5 flat as a board white girl butts out of 5.
Square mom butts out of 5.
Scrabble towel booties. Mom, how old is the mom? Your mom square butt. Is it just any mom square butt?
Yeah, just any mom square butt.
Okay. I haven't checked out too many mom butts.
So. Oh, here's another good line from Robert Davi. And if you want to last longer than a week, you'll give me a blowjob. Is he serious? Like, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
He's serious.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
So if you would like to support this show, keep us going, keep us rolling along, uploading content, you can support us by going to patreon.com/baldguysbadmovies and donate to the show. We're going to use those funds to make sure we can see any movies that you guys want to see and getting our studio set up so we can start recording video and doing these not just audio but also video on YouTube. And once a month, we will pick a patron to choose a movie for us to review. And we'll review it. We'll dedicate it to you. But either way, we just hope you enjoy the show and keep on coming back.
So get this. Because of conflicts with the MPAA over the rating of Basic Instinct, which he made cuts to in order to secure an R rating, Verhoeven planned for Showgirls to be rated NC-17. Verhoeven deferred 7% of his $6 million director's fee, depending on if the film turned a profit. Oops. Whoopsie. I guess he slipped in monkey shit. Huh?
Oh, shit.